A Jewish story. This week's story from the Holocaust is taken from the book Five Chimneys, a woman survivor's true story of Auschwitz, written by Olga Lengiel. Among the SS women, I knew Irma Grisa best, not because of any personal wish, but because of circumstances beyond my control. The blonde angel, as the press called her, inspired me to the most violent hatred I ever experienced. It may seem strange to repeat it so often, but she was exceptionally beautiful. Her beauty was so effective that even though her daily visits meant roll call and selections for the gas chambers, the internees were completely entranced, gazing at her and murmuring how beautiful she is. Were a novelist to compose such a scene, his readers would accuse him of the wildest imagination, but pages from real life are often more horrible than those in novels. This 20-year-old SS was conscious of the power of her beauty and neglected nothing that would enhance its charms. She spent hours grooming herself before her mirror and practiced the most seductive gestures. Wherever she went, she brought the scent of rare perfume. Her hair was sprayed with a complete range of tantalizing odors. Sometimes she blended her own concoctions. Her immoderate use of perfume was perhaps the supreme refinement of her cruelty. The internees, who had fallen to a state of physical degradation, inhaled these fragrances joyfully. By contrast, when she left us, and the stale, sickening odour of burnt human flesh, which covered the camp like a blanket, crept over us again, the atmosphere became even more unbearable. Yet our angel, with the golden tresses, used her beauty only to remind us of our terrible position. Her clothes were equally refined in style. Indeed, her SS uniforms fitted her better than her civilian attire did. She was especially fond of a sky blue pea jacket, which matched her eyes. With this outfit, she wore a darker tie at the collar of her blouse. Her whip, which she used so freely, stuck out jauntily from the leg of her boot. She had a well-stocked wardrobe. I know her dressmaker well. Before the war, she had directed a famous establishment in Vienna. Now Irma never gave her a free moment. The poor woman had to work from morning until night with only a crust of bread as a reward. But for Irma there was never any shortage of material, even English textiles. The gas chambers supplied an abundance of shoes and clothing, and all the martyred countries of Europe contributed to her collection. Her closets were crammed with clothing from the finest houses of Paris, Vienna, Prague, Amsterdam, and Bucharest. The angel with the pure face had many love affairs. In the camp it was gossip that Kramer and Dr. Mengele were her chief lovers, but her greatest affair was with an SS engineer whom she frequently met in the evenings. So that she might return to her post at the required hour, she always left him in the middle of the night. Whenever he was in her company, she radiated pride. "Look," she seemed to be saying as she looked at us, "this is my kingdom. I have the absolute power of life and death over this herd." She had this power, as she could demonstrate when she made her selections. One day Irma entered our infirmary. With a curt order, she sent the sick patients from the room and went into conference with the surgeon, who was one of my best friends. "I need your services," she declared briefly. "I have been told that you are very clever." She explained exactly what was expected. The situation required delicate handling. It was dangerous to refuse anything to Irma Grisa. Yet if the superior authorities learned of her interference with nature, for it was an illegal operation, it would be just as dangerous for us. My friend hesitated. Grisa made tempting promises. "I will share my breakfast with you. You will have either wonderful chocolate or real coffee with milk. Cakes too, and bread and butter." Then she added, "I will also give you a winter coat, very warm." However, the surgeon still was undecided. The danger was too great. Irma Grisa flushed and produced her revolver. "I give you 2 minutes to make up your mind." "I will do what you have asked," the doctor yielded. "Very well, I will expect you tomorrow at 5 o'clock, Barrack 19. And mind you, I don't tolerate any lateness." The angel snapped and left. My friend was punctual. She asked me to go with her as a nurse. What a picture we saw! Irma Grisa, the torturess, was actually sweating from fear. She trembled and groaned and was unable to control herself. She who had coldly sent thousands of women to their deaths, and who brutalized them without a second thought, could not endure the slightest pain without whining. No sooner was the operation over than she began to prattle. After the war, I intend to go into pictures. You will see my name in lights on the marquee. I know life, and I have seen a great deal. My experiences will be useful in my artistic career. We were glad to be allowed to leave in peace. She could have had us killed right there. She had only to send us to the gas chambers and be done with us. I wonder why she didn't. Since those days, Irma Grisa has indeed appeared in pictures, but not as she imagined she would. She was not the heroine of a love drama, nor did her beautiful face and figure decorate a screen. She appeared in the newsreels at the time of the Nuremberg trials, and when she was sentenced to die for her countless crimes, she did not hail death nor rush to embrace it. Her guards had to drag her to her execution. But what horrors that woman was guilty of before the day of judgment came. Please pass on the story.